The road out of Blackthorn disappeared at 4:17 in the morning. Micah knew because he checked the dashboard clock every 30 seconds after the gas station vanished behind them. The town should have been 20 miles back by now. Instead, fog swallowed everything beyond the headlights. Lena sat in the passenger seat with her knees pulled against her chest, staring out the window without blinking. The forest beside the road looked wrong, not because it was dark, because it looked the same. The same bent pine tree, the same broken guardrail, the same mailbox leaning sideways in the ditch, over and over again. Micah tightened his grip on the steering wheel. We passed that mailbox already. Lena didn't answer. The radio crackled softly. Static, then silence. Then a voice, low, distorted, almost whispering. Turn around. Micah jerked and slammed the radio off. The silence afterward felt heavier than the sound. You heard that, right? Still no answer. Lena was staring into the trees. What is wrong with you? Finally, she spoke. There's someone standing between the trees. Micah looked toward the woods again. Nothing there. Only fog and endless black pine trees. Then, a pale face appeared between two trunks for less than a second. Smiling, Micah slammed the brakes. The car fishtailed violently across the wet road. Jesus Christ. The face was gone. Lena whispered, "It keeps following us." Micah pressed harder on the gas. The road stretched endlessly ahead. No signs, no exits, no other cars, only forest and fog. Then the GPS turned on by itself. The screen flickered violently, recalculating, recalculating, recalculating. The map zoomed outward slowly until the road ahead twisted into a perfect circle leading directly back into Blackthorn. No, Micah muttered. No, 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 no. He grabbed the phone connected to the dashboard and opened maps manually. No signal. The screen glitched, then displayed a single sentence. You missed the turn. Micah threw the phone into the back seat. Lena suddenly sat forward. Stop the car. What? Stop the car right now. Her voice sounded different this time. Sharper, panicked. Micah looked ahead and froze. Someone stood in the middle of the road. Tall, completely still. Too far away to see clearly through the fog, but something about its body proportions looked wrong. Its arms hung too low, almost to its knees, its head tilted sideways unnaturally. Micah slowed instinctively. Don't stop, Lena whispered. The figure didn't move, didn't blink, didn't react to the headlights. Then it smiled, its mouth stretched impossibly wide. Micah swerved around it violently. As they passed, the figure snapped its head toward the car so quickly the movement blurred. Watching them, still smiling. Lena screamed. Micah nearly lost control of the wheel. The rear-view mirror caught one final glimpse of the thing standing motionless in the center of the road, before the fog swallowed it completely. For several minutes, neither of them spoke. Only the sound of tires against wet pavement. Then Lena quietly said, "Pull over." Micah looked at her like she was insane. Absolutely not. You need to see this. She pointed toward the windshield. Words had been carved into the fog on the glass from the outside. Run. Micah hit the gas harder. The road curved again, and suddenly, street lights appeared ahead. Buildings, sidewalks, a church steeple. Micah's relief lasted exactly 2 seconds, because hanging above the road was the old wooden sign, "Welcome to Blackthorn." No. Lena started crying quietly. No, no, no. The town looked different now. Every building was dark. No lights in the windows. No movement anywhere. Even the motel sign was dead. The silence felt wrong. Micah slowly turned the wheel. We're not stopping here. But the engine died instantly. Everything went black. Headlights, dashboard, radio, gone. Only moonlight remained. Micah tried the ignition again. Nothing. Then, knocking, 3 slow knocks. From the trunk, Micah froze. Lena started shaking. Another 3 knocks echoed from behind them. Micah whispered, "Tell me that was the car." Lena didn't answer, because someone else did. From directly outside Micah's window, a soft voice, barely louder than breathing. "You came back." Micah turned slowly toward the glass and saw himself standing outside the car, smiling. The thing looked almost perfect. Almost. Its smile was too wide. Its eyes didn't blink, and its skin looked slightly loose around the jaw, like it had been stretched over the wrong face. Lena screamed. The thing copied her scream instantly, perfectly. Then it began laughing in Micah's voice. Micah shoved the car door open and stumbled backward. The copy didn't move. It only stared at him, smiling wider and wider. Then the motel light suddenly flickered on across the street. The copy vanished instantly, like it had never been there. Micah grabbed Lena's hand and pulled her toward the motel entrance. The lobby stood empty. Dust floated through the weak yellow lighting. The old clerk bell sat abandoned on the counter. No employees, no voices, only silence. Then, dragging. A slow scraping sound echoed somewhere upstairs. Lena looked toward the staircase. Micah whispered, "We need a room. Now." The key sat alone behind the counter. Room 12. No explanation. No staff. Just waiting. Micah took it slowly, and the dragging sound upstairs stopped immediately. The motel hallway smelled damp and rotten. Every light buzzed faintly overhead. Room 12 sat near the end of the corridor beside a flickering exit sign. As they approached, a door farther down the hall creaked open slightly. An old woman stared out at them from inside the darkness. Edith. Her cloudy eyes looked terrified. "Get inside your room," she whispered. Micah stepped toward her. "What is happening here?" Edith's face twitched. "Did you speak to them outside?" Micah hesitated. That was enough. Edith looked sick immediately. "Oh, God." The hallway lights flickered violently. Edith backed into her room. "Lock your door after midnight. Don't answer voices outside. And if you hear whistling..." A loud thud echoed somewhere above them. Edith froze. Her expression changed instantly from fear to pure horror. Then came the whistle. Low, distant, somewhere outside the motel. Edith began shaking violently. "No, no, no." The whistle came again. Closer. Micah felt the temperature in the hallway drop. Edith looked directly at Lena. "If it copies your voice, do not answer it." Then all the hallway lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Lena screamed. Something moved at the far end of the hallway. Tall, too tall. Its head nearly brushed the ceiling. The lights flickered back on for half a second. Enough to see it standing there, smiling. Then darkness again. Edith started crawling backward toward her room frantically. Not walking. Crawling, like her legs no longer worked. "Edith?" Micah whispered. Her head twitched violently toward him. "Don't let it hear your voice." The lights flickered again. Edith was suddenly much closer. Too close. Micah grabbed Lena and shoved her into room 12. He slammed the doors shut and locked both locks. Outside, silence. No footsteps, no breathing, nothing. Then the television turned on by itself. Static filled the screen. Shapes slowly formed inside the static. Tall figures, smiling, watching. Then the image changed. The motel room appeared on screen. their motel room, from above, like a hidden security camera. Micah slowly looked toward the corner ceiling, nothing there. Then the static voice crackled. 3 inside. Lena covered her mouth. A fourth figure suddenly appeared on the television behind her. Micah spun around, nothing there. The television flickered again. Now the figure stood closer behind her, smiling wider. The TV shut off instantly. Darkness swallowed the room. Then, breathing, inside the room, near the bathroom, a shape stood in the darkness, too tall for the ceiling, its neck bent sideways unnaturally. Its smile caught the moonlight first, white, endless. Then it spoke in Micah's voice. Lena. Micah felt every muscle lock. He hadn't spoken. The thing tilted its head further. Bones cracked softly. Then it spoke again, this time in Lena's voice. Help me, Micah whispered. Don't answer it. The creature stepped forward slowly. Its joints cracked backward as it moved. The smell hit next. Rot, wet earth. Something dead left in heat too long. The creature's face finally emerged fully into the moonlight. Its skin looked stretched over the wrong shape. Its eyes were too deep, its mouth too wide. And behind its teeth, something moved, like more mouths opening inside its throat. Then it rushed forward, not running, jerking violently across the room in unnatural bursts of movement. Micah grabbed the flashlight and smashed it into the creature's face. The thing shrieked. The sound wasn't human. It sounded broken, mechanical, like screaming metal. Lena screamed too. The creature slammed sideways into the bathroom wall hard enough to crack tile. Micah grabbed Lena's wrist. Run! They burst into the hallway. Behind them, the creature crawled upside down across the ceiling toward them. Its limbs bent backward as it moved. The hallway lights exploded one by one behind them. Pop! 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 Darkness chased them. The creature skittered through the shadows overhead. The motel lobby appeared ahead, and someone stood inside. Nolan, holding a shotgun. Get down! The blast shook the motel. The creature vanished backward into darkness with a shriek. Nolan pumped the shotgun frantically. Move! They rushed inside the lobby. Nolan barricaded the front doors. Outside, shapes moved slowly through the fog. Tall silhouettes pacing, watching. Micah gasped. What are those things? Nolan looked pale. They're not the worst thing out there. A loud bang hit the motel roof. Everyone froze. Another bang. Heavy footsteps dragged slowly overhead. Something massive moved above them. Dust drifted from the ceiling. Then, a child began crying upstairs. Soft, terrified. Lena's face changed immediately. No! The crying sounded real. Too real. Help me. Micah's stomach dropped. The voice sounded exactly like his dead younger brother. Nolan whispered, Don't listen to them. The crying upstairs stopped abruptly. Silence swallowed the motel again. Then came the sound of footsteps descending slowly from the second floor. One step at a time, heavy, uneven. And whoever, or whatever, was coming down, was humming softly, a low broken tune Micah somehow recognized from childhood. His blood ran cold. No, he whispered. Lena looked at him. What is it? Micah's face had gone pale. That's my mother's lullaby. The footsteps continued downward. Creak, creak, creak. Nolan stepped backward from the staircase, gripping the shotgun tighter. Don't look directly at it when it comes down. What? Lena whispered. Just don't. The humming grew louder, closer. Then a shadow appeared at the top of the stairs. At first, it looked human. Then the thing unfolded itself unnaturally into view. Its limbs were too long. its neck bent sideways with loud cracking noises. Its face remained hidden behind greasy strands of black hair hanging forward. But its smile stretched far wider than the rest of its face. Micah felt nausea hit instantly. The creature slowly dragged one hand down the staircase railing as it descended. Its fingernails scraped wood. The sound made Lena cover her ears. Nolan raised the shotgun shakily. "Back up!" The creature stopped halfway down the stairs. Then, softly, it spoke in Micah's dead mother's voice. "Michael, come here, sweetheart." Micah stopped breathing. No one had called him Michael in years. The creature tilted its head. Bones cracked loudly. "I found your brother." Lena grabbed Micah's arm immediately. "Don't." The creature smiled wider. Then another voice came from upstairs. A real voice. Panic. "Help me!" Everyone froze. A man stumbled out onto the second-floor walkway above them. David, bleeding heavily from the shoulder. Micah looked up in shock. "David!" David gripped the railing desperately. "They're inside the walls." Something moved behind him. Fast. A pale arm shot from the darkness and yanked David backward violently. He screamed. The sound cut off instantly. Blood splattered across the motel wall. Lena screamed. Nolan fired at the staircase creature. Boom! The blast echoed through the motel. The creature's head snapped backward unnaturally. But it didn't fall. Instead, it slowly straightened again. Still smiling, its jaw now hung partially detached, and behind its mouth, more teeth moved, like several mouths opening inside one another. Nolan whispered in horror, "Run." The lights exploded. Darkness swallowed the lobby completely. Then came the sounds. Movement everywhere, inside the walls, above the ceiling, crawling, scratching, whispering. Micah grabbed Lena's hand and sprinted toward the basement door behind the front desk. Nolan shoved it open. Down there. They slammed the basement door shut behind them just as something hit it from the other side. Hard. The basement was pitch black except for Nolan's flashlight. Dust floated through the beam. Old shelves lined the walls, canned food, water jugs, rotting boxes, and dozens of handwritten notes taped everywhere. Do not answer them. If they know your name, you are already in danger. They cannot cross running water. Do not trust copies. Lena stared at the walls. How long have people been trapped here? Nolan didn't answer immediately. Then quietly, my whole life. Micah turned toward him. What? Nolan looked exhausted. I was born in Blackthorn. Silence. Another violent slam shook the basement door upstairs. Dust drifted from the ceiling. Lena whispered, "That's impossible." Nolan laughed weakly. You think any of this is possible? Micah stepped closer. What are they? Nolan looked toward the ceiling fearfully. We call them smilers, but they're not the real problem. Another slam. Closer this time. The hinges creaked. Micah's voice shook. Then what is? Nolan hesitated too long, then finally whispered, something controls the town. The flashlight flickered, and for half a second, someone stood at the far end of the basement. A little boy, completely still. Micah's stomach dropped. His younger brother, exactly as he remembered him before the accident. Same clothes, same face, same terrified eyes. Ethan? Micah whispered. The boy slowly raised one finger to his lips. Shh. Then the flashlight flickered again. Gone. Lena backed away. Micah. But Micah barely heard her, because he now remembered something impossible. A memory he had never questioned before. His brother hadn't died in a car accident. His brother disappeared near Blackthorn.